What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to JJD TV. I'm your host, Josh, and we are here for our 5 takeaways, a series we do after each and every Borussia Dortmund game to take a look at the destruction we just caused on Besiktas, winning 5-0 today. So if you guys are excited for our 5 takeaways, be sure to drop a like on the episode now, drop a sub if you guys are new to the channel, and let's get into the episode now. Alright guys, so our Champions League journey this season has come to an end. Wasn't obviously what we wanted to see, going 3 wins and 3 losses, but we absolutely went out with a bang, and hopefully we'll now be able to go into the Europa League and do some damage down there. This was a relaxing game because we knew nothing was at stake. We already lost the head-to-head battle to Sporting. We were eliminated before kickoff today. We definitely cut back at that goal differential, but ultimately we'll be in the Europa League for the remainder of this season. Hopefully we can do a decent run there. So from the final game this season, we're going to take a look at my takeaways. My very first takeaway is going to be Jude Bellingham and Mo Dahoud. I thought both of them were spectacular in the midfield today. I was really impressed. We knew with, the issues that happened between Bayern, Jude coming out, seeing what kind of reaction he'd have, the potential suspension, which ultimately ended up only being a fine, which is fantastic. We want him for Bochum, but both of them were just so influential today. They dominated the midfield. We knew Besiktas wasn't exactly the toughest opponent, especially after a miserable season themselves. But it is what it is, and we still needed to perform on the pitch, and Dahoud and Bellingham I thought were very special today. Really good, real energy to have, being able to switch in shape, and I was just nothing but impressed with both of them. My second takeaway, guys, is going to be Dan Axel Zagadou. And he's a player I'm always harsh on because he hasn't played much, and I do think every once in a while there's a mistake that's created in him. But with Akanji being out till January, we need a center back to step up to partner Hummels. And Hummels today shifted from his usual left center back to right center back, which allowed Zagadou to come in on his preferred left foot, and I thought he had a good game. I mean, I'm not saying that he was overly impressive because it was a very... I don't even know if Besiktas ended up getting a shot. I don't think they actually did, so there wasn't a lot of work they had to do, especially going down to 10 men in the end of the first half. But still, you need these consistent performances to happen. It's a good way to dip his toes in the water, get back to match fitness, and he will have a good important role. It's going to be him or Prongicic partnering Hummels, so Zagadou did himself no wrongs here, and it's a little bit of excitement to see if he can stay fit and have an impact in this back four. My third takeaway today, guys, is going to be Erling Haaland, and it has to be Erling Haaland. He didn't have the full effect of Erling Haaland because I couldn't imagine how many goals he was going to score if he started today, but he came in as a sub for the whatever required amount of minutes he was allowed to be given today, and he scored 2 immediate goals. He is just that good, man. He's that dominant. He's a focal point. He just loves scoring goals for fun, so I'm excited to see what he can maybe do in the Europa League because this is a player that wants to win everything, and that's the mentality I want to see in the Europa League this season. It's a trophy that we haven't won, and a trophy that would mean quite a deal to me. I know it's not the Champions League, but it's still some European silverware, and Erling Haaland, in my opinion, is going to be hungry for it, and coming on and making impacts like he constantly does is going to be incredible to see. My fourth takeaway, guys, is going to be taking a look at some fringe players around this side that were getting the start today, specifically Schultz, Meunier, and, of course, Marius Wolf. I thought Wolf was decent, and again, he's becoming an important player for part roles this season. Meunier, I thought, was decent as Schultz. Both of them had a lot of quality going up the pitch, getting involved, which was good. They're both usually good at doing that. The final balls are sometimes iffy, man. I mean, they are. Schultz ended up having a gorgeous cross today, exactly what you want to see from him, bombing up that pitch and getting it onto the head of Erling Haaland. Meunier's deliveries today weren't the best, but I mean, it's still nice to see that they're getting involved, and hopefully more of them can turn into what Schultz did than what Meunier was doing. Wolf, like I said, was decent as well. So seeing your depth players come in, your fringe players, and be able to play a role and play relatively well is appealing because depth has been a huge issue this season with injuries. So that was satisfying for me to see today. And guys, my fifth and final takeaway from this massive match is Marco Royce, man. Steps up and scores back-to-back penalties, which is good for, the penalty-taking side of the game, which was a bit of concern last season. But that second goal, we have to highlight it, man. We have to highlight it because it was filthy. I don't know the other word to describe. The nutmeg, and then to poke it around the defender, and then the cheeky little finish. It was breathtaking. He's playing as a center attacking mid, and in my opinion, you don't play Royce anywhere else. You play this 4-2-3-1. You play Royce through the middle if you can, and that is where he's at his best, when he's prominent. His passing, his link-up play was good today. I liked everything about it, and he got subbed off early, hopefully rested. There were some issues having him earlier on in the season out wide. In my opinion, it has to be the 10 role. That is where you're going to get the best out of Marco Royce, and I think today, at full effect, he showed that. And I'm excited to see what happens now, guys. those are my 5 takeaways. But with the Europa League coming up, I want to see the momentum being carried on in. I want to see us go into the Europa League wanting to win it, going into a tough round of 32, and going onward from there, because this is going to be a competition that matters a lot. We talked about it in the chat, and you guys are excited for it, so we'll have to wait and see. But it was a tough Champions League campaign, injuries definitely being a part of it, some poor performance as well. We went out with a bang, and let's take that momentum into the Europa League, as well as even potentially in the Bundesliga this weekend against Bochum, guys. So hope you enjoyed this episode of our 5 takeaways that we do after our Dortmund games. If you did, be sure to drop a like on the episode now. Drop a sub as well. Help us get close to our 7K goal. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers, friends.